Our dear viewers, as we promised earlier, now it's time for our daily press review for today. And at the beginning, I would like to welcome my dear guest in the studio, Ms. Sama Issa. She's an international law expert. Good morning.
Good morning.
And we'll start our press review for today from اليوم السابع. President Sisi receives Lebanese President. President Abdel Fattah Sisi received on Monday Lebanese President Michel Aoun, who is on an official visit to Egypt. President Sisi held bilateral talk session with the Lebanese President that was followed by a joint press conference. During his meeting with Aoun, President Sisi congratulated him once again for his election as president of Lebanon and also congratulated the Lebanese people for electing a president and for forming a new government that enjoys the confidence of the Lebanese citizens. Sisi expressed confidence that the leadership and the wisdom of President Aoun will provide the desired stability for Lebanon at various levels and will contribute in maintaining the state institutions. Ms. Sama, how do you see the significance of the visit by Lebanese President Michel Aoun to Egypt? It's the first visit since he was elected as a Lebanese president last October.
First of all, it's very promising that now we have a president within Lebanon, and also at the same time, Lebanon is always a strange case. It stayed a very long, significant time without a presidential.
Almost 2 years.
2 years, and they did really well, and their economy was flourishing. So it's it's very surprising. Lebanon always keeps surprising us.
Yes, indeed.
And the visit is very promising. That it also highlights that Egypt is such a key player. That when a president elected for a government, he comes to Egypt, and if they collaborated together, we can do a lot that enhance the stability within the region. But also within Lebanon, there is a big conflict because the government supports Saudi Arabia. Within the citizens in Lebanon themselves are with Syria, so this is going to create a conflict. However, Egypt and Lebanon need to enhance the stability of the legitimate state.
Indeed.
So if they, as we've heard, they talked about the situation in Syria, so enhancing the peace talks would be taking the side of the legitimate government to enhance stability within the region, because we've seen other examples what happened with Libya and Tunisia and even in Egypt. Having the legitimate state weakened creates a vacuum within the state, and it have very horrible repercussions.
Indeed. And still with اليوم السابع, we read President Sisi receives chief executive officers of Eni and BP. President Abdel Fattah Sisi received on Monday the chief executive officers of Italian company Eni and British company British Petroleum in the presence of Prime Minister Sharif Ismail and Minister of Petroleum Tariq El Mulla, as well as a number of senior officials of the two companies. During the meeting, both executive officers expressed their happiness to be in Egypt to participate in the Egyptian International Conference and Exhibition for Petroleum, which is taking place in Cairo from the 14th till the 17th of February. They stress that the conference is a good opportunity to exchange ideas and technical expertise in the field of petroleum industry, which has seen a rapid development. They also stress that the conference is a good opportunity to shed light on Egypt's future projects and investment opportunities in oil and gas industries. Of course, today, in a few hours, we are going to witness the inauguration of the Petroleum Conference, which will take place in Egypt with the participation of many international companies of oil and gas. So what's the importance of hosting such conferences in Egypt, and the point that President Abdel Fattah Sisi did meet the chief executives of Eni and British Petroleum?
Well, definitely it's very important, especially with the Egyptian economic crisis we're having and we're imports crisis. We need to have the ability to export gas and oil. And what happened also with Eni and BP, the fact that they bought 10% from their shares, and this collaboration is going to happen within each other, does two things. First, it enhances the strengths within the company itself, and also it removes all the speculation, the negative speculation that there is a problem because the Italian citizen that's been murdered in Egypt. So if President Sisi is meeting with them and the two companies are getting together, so it removes all the doubts and any negative speculation about the issue. And we need to have more risk, and we need to have the courage to do such events, because earlier Egypt didn't have the courage to go for risks and to have gas. And within the crisis, as I said, we're having, it's very beneficial if we can be a key player when it comes to gas and oil experts.
Moving to Al Tahrir, Lagarde, Egypt is making good progress in the IMF program. IMF Managing Director Christian Lagarde said on Monday that Egypt is making good progress in its 12 billion US dollars loan program with the International Monetary Fund, and its currency may be stabilizing. Lagarde said in an interview on a visit to Dubai that they are seeing good progress, good commitment taken of reforms by the authorities, a good focus on the Egyptian people and those who are most exposed in order to secure their positions. She added that they have confidence that the Egyptian authorities are really doing the best they can under the circumstances. Lagarde said that the IMF expects to complete its first review of the program around June this year. The Egyptian pound has rebounded in recent days as foreign investors' confidence has strengthened and blockage of US dollar orders to finance imports have diminished. The US dollar was quoted among banks at around 17 pounds on Monday. Lagarde said that in the last few days they have seen the value of the pound go up in a little bit, adding that she thinks that might be a clear indication that the economic transition phase is coming to a close. Of course, the statement by IMF Chief Christian Lagarde regarding the status of the Egyptian economy, the value of the pound, which has been increasing in the past few days. How do you see the developments on the economic front?
Well, first of all, the IMF, they have a policy, it's not tailored for each country.
Indeed.
It has a one-size-fits-all. And they always focus on limiting the subsidies where they increase the amount of money coming in the country and they decrease the amount of money or investment coming outside of the country. So she's defending her position because the IMF conditions created this crisis. So she's defending this crisis and telling this crisis coming to an end and then it's going to flourish. Well, statistics prove that the crisis is coming to an end. And statistics also proves that it's going to flourish and it's going to prospect benefit now that it's near the end. However, what happened with the pound, it was a necessary evil. It was not the best thing. It has an advantage and it has disadvantage.
We didn't have any alternative,
exactly.
Yeah.
We didn't have any other option. So it was a necessary evil with two-edged swords. So we're taking out the benefits out of it and we're trying to be optimistic. So for the statement she did, is it true? Is it false? We have to wait. The end is near and then we get to see for ourselves. But I'm personally optimistic.
Hopefully. And moving to El Jumhuriyya, a delegation from Russian Federation Council to visit Egypt. Deputy Chairperson of the Russian Federation Council announced that a delegation from the Federation Council headed by the Chairperson Valentina Matvienko will visit Egypt this spring. They told the Russian newspaper that such a visit of high level will be the first in more than 10 years, adding that the meetings and talks during the visit will push forward the development of the parliamentary relations and will strengthen the Egyptian-Russian ties. The deputy chairperson of the Russian Federation Council added that communications are constantly taking place between the members of the Russian Federation Council and the Egyptian House of Representatives. A delegation from the Russian Federation Council is expected to visit Egypt next spring. How do you see the Egyptian-Russian relations, and do you believe that we are going to witness more rapprochement between both countries in the coming phase?
Well, I have two concerns concerning this news. First, that it's not the first time we hear something like this. It's like the same news but with different wordings. Before, they also said that Egypt security and they're going to enhance it and they're going to come first. Why in spring? Why not now? This is the case. Why don't they encourage the tourism to give it its boost and remove the ban and people start coming? So it's also something that makes us like scratch our head, like why is that happening? If this is the case, like their delivery is something but the message is not the same. So I'm wondering when they're starting to practice what they preach.
Yeah.
So this is a question mark, why it's still in spring, and if this is the case, why there's still no tourists are coming from Russia. I hope this starts to clear out itself.
Indeed. And moving to اليوم السابع, we read the domestic regional news. Syrian government says it is ready for prisoner swaps. The Syrian government said on Monday that it was ready to agree prisoner swaps with rebel groups, a confidence-building measure that might help both sides prepare to attend the peace talks. Syrian state media said the government was always ready to exchange prisoners in its jails for people kidnapped by the terrorist groups, particularly in the framework of efforts being made for the coming meetings in Astana. Kazakhstan's foreign ministry said on Saturday that Syrian government and rebel delegations were invited to attend meetings on Syrian crisis in Astana on the 15th till the 16th of February. Separately, the UN-backed peace talks are due to start in Geneva on the 20th of February. The main Syrian opposition body on Sunday approved its delegation to the talks, and this month, in a rare move, the Syrian government and the rebel group swapped dozens of women prisoners and hostages, some of them with their children, in Hama province in the northwest of Syria. To shed more light, we have the following report.
Syrian rebels cast out on Monday that they would attend Russian-backed peace talks in Kazakhstan this week, accusing Moscow of failing to get Damascus to fully comply with the ceasefire deal or release any prisoners. The Kazakh government said on Saturday it had invited the government and rebels for February 15th and 16th. They attended a similar indirect meeting in the Kazakh capital Astana last month. Mohammed al-Aboud, a senior rebel official, said the delegation would not attend. A second rebel official said at most a handful of rebels might attend, but only if progress was seen in the next 2 days. The Syrian government said earlier on Monday it was ready to agree on prisoner swaps with rebel groups, a potential confidence-building measure as the United Nations prepares to convene new peace talks. The Syrian opposition has long demanded the release of government-held detainees as one of several humanitarian actions needed before any negotiations over Syria's political future. The next round of UN-sponsored peace talks are due to start in Geneva on February 20th, part of a new diplomatic effort backed by Russia and Turkey to end a war that has killed hundreds of thousands of people. The Astana talks are a parallel effort to shore up a ceasefire brokered by Turkey and Russia late last year. Rebels accused Russia of failing to pressure the Syrian army and its Iranian-backed militias to end what they see as violations of the Turkish-Russian ceasefire. Moscow is President Bashar al-Assad's most powerful ally.
Welcome back, Ms. Sama. What's your take on the current developments taking place in Syria, the talks in Astana regarding the development there, the participation of many groups, the fact that Russia did invite the United States for another round of talks in Astana? How do you read the developments taking place?
Well, obviously there is a progress when it comes to peace talks that we're getting there, like this crisis is about to end. But in order for it to happen peacefully and we have the desired outcome, they need to have a side, like Saudi Arabia need to stop backing up their rebels and the terrorist group. The world needs to stand up with the legitimate government like Moscow with Russia, because obviously the side of stability is the side that is desired for to win, not just for the peace of Syria and its neighbor and the region.
The whole region.
Exactly. So it's not just their war, it's our war too. So there is a progress, but the progress will not be completed without the continuity of this act. And the inviting the United States is very essential. It's
it's a key player.
Exactly. It's a key player. You cannot exclude it. It has to be on board, because not the entire thing doesn't have a ban on it or it doesn't have any consequences. But the United States is going to create this international community embarrassment. It's going to create pressure on other parties to abide by the agreement that they're going to reach.
Indeed. Ms. Sama Issa, international law expert, thank you very much for your precious input and for being our guest for today, and have a lovely morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. And with that, our dear viewers, we come to the end of our press review for today. Now we'll go to a short break, and after that, we'll be back to resume the segments of the breakfast show, so stay tuned.